Hi, this is Brandon Splay from thirstgym.com. Today we're talking about exercise called the bench press with shoulder saver versus bands and chains. So we've talked about this variation with just bands. Now we're going to add the chains to the mix and kind of talk about why we want to do that. To briefly tell you what we're going on here with this, we've got the bands hooked up to the bar per normal conjugate based stuff, and then we've got the chains hooked on here as well. So the main thing you're going to ask is, why should we use bands and chains? What are the benefits of that? Well, one, you're going to get more accommodating resistance if that's what you want. So you can keep your normal bands on, add the chains, you're going to get more total accommodating resistance, which is going to make it a harder fight. You're going to have it lighter in the bottom, but it's going to get heavy pretty quick. But two, you're going to find that you're able to fight harder on max effort work. Chain doesn't feel like band, and if you've used it, you know what I'm talking about. Those bands are constantly trying to pull down where the chains are not. They just deload into the ground. That's the main difference between the two, and mainly choosing why you would pick one over the other. You're usually after a certain adaptation. So here, this is almost like an advanced chain way to do this exercise, where you can get more chain or more accommodating resistance, by having the bands and then having the chains on there. So it's going to be more of a true fight, and during your max effort work, you'll see what I mean. It's also great if you're one of those people where you train a gym, maybe they've got 1 or 2 pairs of chains, but you really need maybe 3, 4, maybe even 5 chains if you're really trying to overload the end portion of that range of motion. The bands will help you get that total accommodating resistance to be in that sweet spot. So you got a couple reasons why you might use it there. I personally like it, again, because it lets me fight longer. I'm somebody that's personally rather explosive. Bands do me great. I'm already fast, so they teach me to go faster. So I really like bands for my speed work. However, chains are great for me for my max effort work. I'm terrible at grinding, and they make me grind longer. So being able to do bands and chains as a combination works personally best for me. You'll have to find out for yourself what kind of works best for you, and you probably know whether you're a fast lifter or slow lifter, and usually you're going to pick the one that helps you get better at what you're worst at, right? So when it comes to this as well, we've also got the shoulder saver on here from Elite FTS. You can get bench blocks, have a training partner, use a board. That's all up to you. They make different sizes of these. Pick the one that attacks your specific weak point. And the main thing we're after here is attacking a specific joint angle of the triceps that you really suck at bench pressing. So this shoulder saver, I am terrible with. I cannot bench with a shoulder saver to save my life in terms of being incredibly strong and moving the maximum amount of weight, because like I said, I'm an incredibly fast lifter, so I benefit that speed off the chest. I can go through my sticking point because of the speed. This prevents me from doing that. So I'm going to be specifically targeting the joint angle of my triceps because of this. So basically all you're going to do is get down in your bench press position, knuckles towards the ceiling, pull your shoulder blades back and down, feet plugged into the ground, all that kind of normal good bench press stuff. Big breath, unrack, pull it over your chest, plug those feet in, brief pause, and up. You really want to make sure you take that brief pause on the chest. You don't want to bounce and use that to help you. Again, we're trying to work on that specific joint angle of the tricep and shoulder, really trying to work on that specific joint angle. And if you get too far bouncing, you're not spending as much time there. And if you're a competitive powerlifter, you're going to have to pause anyways. So this is a great way to hook up your max effort work up to a heavy single, double, or triple for the day. You can shut it down. You could also slide the chains off for your supplemental movement. This could be a supplemental movement. I personally wouldn't take the time to set up all this for a supplemental movement. I would for a max effort if I felt like I could benefit from it. Like I said myself, I could, because the chains really make me fight more than just the bands alone. But again, if you do want to use a supplemental movement, probably 2 to 4 sets of 3 to 5 is a really good place to, again, to be working on the strength of your triceps and that particular joint angle. If you got any questions about this variation of this exercise, please feel free to leave them in the comment section. Thanks. Have a great day.